I didn't start it. They asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, I'm not a troublemaker.
Jim will be out of business after August 3rd, so I'm practicing the weatherman. As you can see, I'm in Harlem, New York. What up, Harlem? I love y'all, you know, but my shit don't go that fast, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, after August 3rd, I'm going to be the new weatherman. If I ain't going to be it, Kiss is going to fill in, or we're going to have to do this shit together. But August 3rd, after August 3rd, no more weatherman from Capo. It's over. All you got to do is pull up here. You know, you want to join me? Pull up and join me. You know what I'm saying? Pull right up here and you can join me. I'm on live.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah.
We're here, baby. Pull up.
Know what's up.
211, never here.
Know what's up, y'all.
You know what I mean? We're here, baby. J1 pulling up. He went home. You know, after the gym, he want to go get fleet. All you got to do is pull up. 211, never here. Get checked out. And everything else will fall in line after that. I'm out here with the legends, man. You know what I mean?
My man,
you
right
see
here.
it, man. OG Prince, man. One of the most solid individuals ever touched the universe.
Right.
We keep it solid. We keep it real original over here. 100%. You see who pulls up? The real ones. And we keeping it solid. That's all we do over here. No extra bullshit. If you ain't coming on that type of time, stay where you at. Get your prostate checked, get you a juice. Juice is for life.
Styles P didn't just clap back lightly. Nah, they torched him with words, and they weren't holding back at all. But let's keep it a buck. This heat, it circles right back to Jim. Man's always got that chip on his shoulder like he's got something to prove every single time. Whether he's wilding out in interviews, flexing on socials, or dropping bars in the booth, Jim Jones been moving extra, and now it's backfiring hard.
Jim Jones, Styles P, let's talk about it. Verzuz started out as how much body of work you got, how many dope-ass singles you got, right? Then it grew and progressed into having levels to this shit. It's sort of like boxing. You think you're gonna mash somebody to out until them lights come on, it's a different story. Styles P said, I'm a barsmith. It's levels to this shit. Meaning, look, I can go on my bag with singles, but I can also go on my bags with body and shit, as far as freestyles. Can Jim Jones do that? Maybe he can. Have people seen Jim Jones do that? No, they haven't. Because like I said, once you get under them bright lights like a boxer, it's a different story.
For years, Jim been grinding to rebrand himself from street rapper to big-time hustler to some mogul in the fashion lane. But along the way, people started side-eyeing him like, is this man authentic or just playing dress up for clout? That's the exact energy Jadakiss and Styles P called out without even needing to name drop. That's how loud the shade was. Everybody caught the smoke when Styles said, you can't buy street credit, you earn that. That line, straight body shot to Jim. No matter how many chains he rocks or how many records he puts out, he still can't measure up to the kind of real-life stakes Jada and Styles been standing on for decades. Truth is, Jim always moving like he got something to prove. Talking about being the king of New York, starting petty drama just to stay on the radar, he stays in that hustle mindset. But after the LOX demolished Dipset in that Verzuz battle, Jim should have held that L like a man and kept it moving, but nope. He went right back to slick talk, throwing shots and trying to rewrite history like Dipset wasn't playing themselves on that stage. But let's be real, everyone remembers how Jadakiss shut that whole night down solo. That moment told the whole story. Now Jada and Styles, they just reminding Jim who really runs the block. They went all the way in, said Jim out here stretching himself thin, trying to be everywhere at once like he's running some kind of rap marathon. Lately, everything about Jim just feels forced, like he's playing a part instead of living it. And Styles P, he ain't the type to let that slide. In a recent interview, Styles didn't even bother sugarcoating it. He said it plain, Jim's energy feels manufactured. That's wild coming from someone cut from the same cloth. See, Jim made his name off Harlem grit, off being outside, not some press run puppet. So when someone like Styles says your whole vibe feels fake, that's a major red flag. Back in the day, Jim had real presence. He wasn't just spitting bars, he had that street stamp. But now, all that edge he had looks like it got swapped out for front row fashion seats and IG flexing in rented foreigns. like he ditched the block just to chase influencer clout and people noticing it. Jadakiss and Styles P ain't coming from a place of hate either. This ain't even some petty beef. This is about principles. Jada and Styles built their whole legacy off timeless bars and real rap. No gimmicks, no smoke shows. So watching Jim try to piece together viral moments instead of putting out real music, that's what's got him tight. Jim keep hopping on whatever's trending, trying to ride the next wave. But what he forgets is the locks are the wave. They set the bar. Jim just out here trying to keep up by doing antics instead of dropping something legendary. And it's rubbing the real ones the wrong way. The streets know who stayed authentic and who's just playing dress up. The final straw, Jim stepping into podcast spaces, talking reckless like he runs New York rap. Man really tried to put himself above certified legends.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's been in a few fights.
Has he won any?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Which one?
They say he beat up
his baby mama or something like that?
Nah, he beat up dude at the restaurant.
Who, the cook?
Let me see.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think because they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood gang.
The internet lit up with backlash instantly. Jada ain't even have to say much at first. That silence spoke volumes. Then came that smooth clap back with facts. Cause real talk, you don't crown yourself top tier, you earn that through your catalog, consistency, and the respect that follows. And when Jada hit him with numbers don't lie, that was checkmate. The streets don't forget, ever. That whole Verzuz moment, yeah, that was a mic drop without even trying. And Jim, he still ain't lived that down to this day. Then Styles P came through and added more fire, saying that trying to crown yourself while throwing shots at others is weak energy. He said it straight. If you gotta bring others down just to lift yourself up, you was never solid to begin with. That line right there flipped the whole convo on its head. This ain't just about rap anymore. It's about legacy and respect in the game. Jim might got the fashion, the grind, the flash, but Jada and Styles, they got that real heavyweight status, credibility. They didn't need to shout about being kings of New York. The culture already handed them the crown years ago. Meanwhile, Jim's still out here hustling for validation, chasing likes and shares like they trophies.
Mace need to go on a diet. He need to get his life together. He needs to go to the doctor and get a physical. He looked terrible, bad body, back ass. He look big around the neck, waist look crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He need to go get his together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me.
This drama didn't just come out of nowhere either. This tension been bubbling for years. Way before that Verzuz battle, there were sneak disses and freestyles, shady tweets, and those little moments fans shrugged off. But now it's all spilling out. And Styles, he keeping track. On one of his recent IG lives, he spoke on it, how some rappers put more energy into Instagram than they do into the streets. Everybody knew exactly who he meant. Jim's whole persona turned into a walking advertisement, loud, flashy, but missing that realness. Then there's Jada, cool as ever, saying, we don't compete with antics, we compete with bars. That's pressure you can't fake. While Jim out here posting up in designer stores, the LOX still spitting fire that hit the soul. It's a wild contrast, and fans are starting to pick sides. And the crazy part, Jim's got talent, nobody denying that, but when everything you do feels like a PR move, it's hard for people to connect with the music, especially when you in the same room as lyrical beasts like Jadakiss and Styles P. You know what really makes this whole thing messy? Jim Jones keeps brushing it off like it's just jokes, but Jada and Styles, they dead serious. You can hear it in their tone. This ain't no friendly back and forth. There's a difference between playful shots and straight up criticism, and Jim crossed that line the moment he started sneak dissing right after that Verzuz battle. Jim had the nerve to say Styles and Jada were mad he's winning, but like, winning what exactly? Jada got platinum plaques, legendary verses, and the full support of the streets. Styles P, he's owning juice bars, dropping wisdom, and still bodying tracks like he 25. That's real success. Meanwhile, Jim out here chasing viral moments like It's a Race to Stay Relevant and the LOX. They see straight through all of it. The fans do too. Jim used to get genuine love for being raw and gritty, but now even his most loyal Dipset fans are saying he's slipping into gimmick mode. Like he forgot that in hip-hop, authenticity is the real currency. Jada and Styles, they've been moving with silent confidence for years. They don't need to shout, they strike when it counts. And every time Jim downplays their legacy, it just makes him look more unsure of his own. That's why their jabs hit different. They're not just throwing insults, they're echoing what a lot of people already been whispering.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P.
Yeah.
I think he's an icon in terms of the fashion
Culturally,
shit.
all
and
that.
yeah, but we got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that train.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Yeah.
When you start naming specific people,
I'm not mad at that.
It feels weird to me. Also, he doesn't have more Billboard entries than Nas. That's the other thing.
I didn't check it.
He does.
I saw some people fact checking, and he don't.
He does not, and it's not particularly close.
It's not.
He doesn't have a bigger listening base.
I wouldn't have thought it was close, but again, I didn't check it.
It's not close, and
Even if you remove features,
even if you get rid of
still
features,
not close.
it's not. It's just not close. I mean, you look at Spotify. Nas has 9 million followers. I think Jim has like 850,000. I mean, the traditional metric. You look at Grammys. I don't think they're on the same planet. I don't think that they should be debating that.
See, and that's why it's smart for Jim to insert himself in these conversations.
And then there's how Jim keeps trying to spin the narrative, acting like Dipset didn't get washed in that Verzuz. In interviews, he stays saying they were just having fun or weren't prepared, but come on, nobody's buying that fairy tale. Jada went full beast mode that night, and the whole world saw it. That wasn't just a win, it was domination. He owned that stage, that mic, and that moment. The LOX came ready, tight, hungry, in sync. Dipset looked like they showed up late and forgot the set list. And Jim, he's still trying to downplay like it ain't happened. Styles P said it best, you can't rewrite what the crowd already witnessed. That energy, it was electric. That room felt the shift, and Jim trying to rewrite history only makes him look more out of touch. Truth is, this ain't even about one battle, it's about consistency. Jada and Styles live in the booth. Their bars still hit hard. Meanwhile, Jim's out here mixing crypto pitches with fashion drops like music's just a hobby now, but hip-hop remembers. And trying to shrug off a historic L instead of growing from it, that just makes it worse. That's the kind of move that don't just cost you streams, it costs you respect. Jim might be dropping videos with big budgets and high-end visuals, but the streets ain't feeling it like that. Folks saying the bars, they hit an empty, no soul, no weight, just glossed up verses with no real punch behind them.
Jim Jones, Nas wasn't even a debate. Nas is a legend. Nas put in work. Nas's lyrics. Jim's not even close. The shit Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture. Hip-hop, don't you stupid motherfucker know, you dumb, idiotic, wanna be entertained. Are you crazy? You don't play with someone's legacy like this. Y'all know it's not even close. I had the Source magazine. I did amazing shit. I helped a lot of you motherfuckers. Motherfuckers whose careers, and believe me, it's not like it was just me, but I had a hand in helping the culture progress, move forward, grab in the street to help put a light on them. Myself, Dave Mays, and the rest of the crew. I've never seen more clown shit in my life. Ain't no way. Now we're gonna start taking real legends and legacies, and we're gonna start tainting them with this foolishness right now. Are you kidding me? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can't play with legacies like that. You can't play with Nas's name and his body of work like that. Everybody knows that Jim Jones catalog ain't got nothing to do with Nas. Why are we even entertaining that? Jim is more relevant than Nas now. Get the out of here with that, man. This shit right here got y'all fucked up. Go listen to Nas, or even go listen to Jim. Music is to be listened to, not to be talked about. This is the most disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful shit that's happened to our culture is how much attention this Jim Jones and Nas shit is getting. It's one of the most disrespectful shit that's happened to our culture. But I'm sure y'all will find some other stupid shit to pay attention to fuck our legacy, to fuck our culture, while the powers that be and the motherfuckers that's holding the strings are steady laughing at us. Disrespecting us while they on their yachts and mega mansions. They give us the crumbs, and what happens? We want to flex on each other. Y'all done really let this motherfucking device take over y'all's souls, y'all's spirits, y'all's minds. This thing controls everything y'all think, y'all say, and y'all do. Now, do you think God wanted it like that? And y'all can't even help it. Y'all run to this and you stay on it all day and entertain bull. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself for even entertaining this Nas and Jim shit. Ashamed. But this is what a good example, and I want y'all to hear me, a good example of what social media is doing. Social media can take anybody who ain't and put them against somebody who's one of the greatest orators, speakers, rappers, men in our time. And y'all think that's cool? Y'all think that shit's like fly? Y'all done lost it, bro. Y'all done lost the essence of what life is about, of what being black is about. They're winning. Man, get the f out of here.
Meanwhile, Jada's still out here dropping verses that shake up the internet. No rollout, no promo, just raw fire. That's the difference. What Jadakiss and Styles P are doing right now, that's a straight up clinic in longevity. They ain't chasing trends. They ain't stunting for the gram. They built their name off bars, not antics, and they're still standing tall. Styles even said it best. Some of us built bridges, others built brands. One will outlast the other, and he ain't wrong. Jim heavy on branding these days, but that only works if the product matches the hype. And right now, fans peeping the gap. It's like the shine is there, but the lyrics, light, no weight. And instead of firing back with real bars, Jim's been popping off with IG captions, flashy fits, and talk. That's cool for influencers, but this is hip-hop. In this culture, that only gets you so far. This ain't just some personal beef. It's generational. It's old school substance versus this new era showmanship. And while Jim out here trying to juggle every hat in the closet, Jada and Styles only need one mic to shut everything down. Now here's where it gets real spicy. Word on the street is Jim's next project might have direct shots aimed at Jada and Styles. Insiders say he's been low-key cooking up a response in the studio, but fans already asking, does Jim really want that kind of smoke? Cause let's keep it 100, going bar for bar with Jadakiss is dangerous. That man got one of the deadliest pens in the game. He's battle-tested, untouched, and still sharp. And Styles, he's a lyrical assassin too, been slicing through rappers for years without even cracking a sweat. So if Jim really planning on jumping in that ring, he better come correct. No fluff, no filler, just pure heat. Cause anything less, it's gonna look like another stunt for attention. The LOX don't play when it comes to the booth. Once they focused in, it's lights out. Some fans hoping this back and forth might spark a new wave of lyrical beef, bring back that energy. But others, they worried this might just show how wide the gap really is in skill level. Jada don't even need to respond unless he feels like it's worth his breath. That's the power he got. So this next move from Jim, it's critical. One wrong verse, and that might end the conversation. But if he somehow pulls off a real response, that might finally get him the lyrical respect he's been chasing for years. That's the big question. Can he actually deliver? Because when you strip all the noise away, this ain't just about Jim, Jada, or Styles. It's about what hip-hop values at its core. Jada and Styles, they from an era where your bars were your business card, where respect was earned line by line. It wasn't about the flash or the fits or how viral your TikTok went. And Jim, he from that era too, but somewhere along the way, he switched lanes. Maybe it was to stay relevant. Maybe it was ambition. Maybe it was survival in a changing game. But now he finding himself toe-to-toe with the same legends he once stood next to. And Styles P wrapped it up perfectly in just one line. We stood tall when the game turned fake. That bar hit different. Cause this whole thing, it's not just about being outside, it's about staying solid when the game starts to crumble. Right now, Jim's giving off way more confusion than confidence. Fans watching this play out in real time, and the reactions, they don't lie. Some folks rocking with Jim saying he's just evolving with the times, but a lot more standing with the LOX because they never had to switch up to stay relevant. Either way, one thing's clear. This ain't ending quiet. But Jim, he's starting to lose people. Fans looking past the smoke, remembering the old Jim, the hungry Jim, the gritty Jim, the one who gave us We Fly High and held Dipset down in the early 2000s. That Jim didn't need stunts. He didn't need to flex in every frame. His presence spoke louder than any iced out chain. But now, it's feeling like the energy shifted from craft to clout chasing. And let's be real, Jada and Styles ain't throwing shots out of hate or jealousy. These are certified legends. They earn theirs in blood, sweat, and bars. When they talk, the whole game listens. So when they say Jim's veering off, it ain't petty, it's a warning, a wake-up call. And now the spotlight's locked in on Jim. So what's it gonna be? Is he gonna clap back with real bars and let the music speak for itself? Or is it just gonna be another long IG live with deflections, shade, and more outfit changes? Because right now, that pressure is real, and the whole culture's watching to see if Jim's got any gas left in the tank. Now we want to hear from you. Is Jim Jones just trying to keep up in a changing game, or is he losing touch with what made him great in the first place? Drop your take in the comments. And while you're here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to share this video if you're feeling the heat. This story, far from over, and trust us, you don't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.